They skipped my baby shower for my sister's cat's birthday. It's her first baby too, my mother said. Noted, I replied. The next day, she tried to charge €2,500 to my card. I froze everything and blocked everyone. My mother cried, my sister begged, the cat meowed. And then I did it. You're being dramatic, Claudia, my mother said, hanging up as if she'd just signed a world peace treaty. It's just a baby shower. We'll make it up to you. My baby shower, I repeated slowly. My first baby? Your first grandchild. And it's Natalia's first baby too, she blurted out. Technically, a cat isn't a child, my sister Natalia gasped from across the room, clutching her chest as if I'd just insulted royalty. How dare you? Do you know what bigotes means to me? I should have hung up then. I should have known. But a part of me still believed I could reason with them, that they'd realize how absurd this all was. They'd organized a proper birthday party, hats, cake, personalized mojitos for Natalia's Persian cat on the same day as my baby shower. The date I'd sent 3 months prior. And the worst part? Everyone. Every single one of them. Even Aunt Carmen, who once claimed she was allergic to both cat hair and fake people. My Uncle Javier, my cousins, even my mother posted a group selfie with Whiskers, all wearing matching crowns. The caption, celebrating the littlest member of the family's first birthday. First babies are special. Not a single mention of me, my pregnancy, or the fact that I was sitting in a small cafe with 3 friends and a half-eaten Costco cake, pretending I wasn't waiting for anyone else. The next morning, I got a notification. My card had been declined. I checked the statement. There was a pending charge for €2,500 from a Meow and Me Pet photo package. Guess who? Yep, my mother. When I called, she sounded offended. You always said you'd help with family stuff. It's not like I'm buying a yacht. I said help, not finance a cat's modeling career. Well, don't you have that nice baby bonus? She retorted. It's not like you're poor. I hung up, froze all the accounts they had access to, changed passwords, called the bank, blocked them all. That night, my mother called 12 times. My sister texted, "You're being cruel. Bigotes didn't do anything." And she was right. Bigotes didn't do anything. But I did. And they didn't see it coming. You know what's crazy? I was the good one. The helper. The fixer. The responsible sister. The one who paid the deposit when my dad's credit was denied. The one who lent mom €10,000 for dental surgery that turned out to be Botox. The one who sent Natalia €600 last Christmas because her car broke down, only to find out later it was for a tattoo of bigotes, with a crown. That cat has more ink than I do. And still, I was always there. Every party, every birthday, every emergency. Part of the family, right? Until I got pregnant. Then suddenly, I was selfish. Secretive. Unfair for not involving Natalia more in the process. Apparently, she'd always wanted to be an aunt. Just not enough to come to the baby shower. Let me paint you a picture. 2 weeks before the party, Natalia sends me a video. Bigotes, in a pink tutu, walking across a table decorated with pastel balloons. Caption: Can't wait for Bigotes' big day. April 6th is gonna be iconic. I stared at the screen like it was in another language. April 6th. My baby shower. I texted, "You know that's the day of my baby shower, right?" She replied with 3 laughing emojis and an oops. Totally slipped my mind. But it's Bigotes' first birthday, Claw. That only happens once. I waited for the punchline. It never came. I called my mother. She sighed. "Claudia, honey, don't start with the drama. Natalia's going through a lot right now. And what does that have to do with her cat's birthday being more important than my baby shower?" And then she said it. Bigotes is her first baby too. That's when I knew I was on my own. But I didn't cancel the party. I moved it. Rented a small hall. Organized everything myself. Re-invited everyone. Sent reminders. Out of 47 invitations, 6 people came. One was a coworker I barely talked to. The rest? They were all at the cat party. I know because they posted everything. My aunt filming bigotes blowing out a candle on a cake that read 1 year of perfection. My cousins doing shots with Natalia, all wearing cat auntie t-shirts. Even my grandma was there, wine glass in hand, cat ears perched on her head. My baby didn't receive a single gift from them. Not a card. Not even a text. But bigotes? Bigotes got a Swarovski crystal collar. Let that sink in. After I froze the card, Natalia exploded. "You embarrassed mom," she texted. We were counting on that reservation. It was a surprise for Bigotes' birthday. Guess what? The Meow and Me photoshoot was the crown jewel of the event. "You're just bitter no one came to your boring party," she wrote next. And then, "Your hormones are making you irrational." And finally, "You owe us an apology." I blocked her. A few hours later, a fake account commented on my pregnancy post, "You should get your priorities straight before bringing a child into this world." Guess who wrote priorities misspelled? Natalia. A week later, she posted a story. A close-up of Bigotes nestled in her lap. Context overlaid. "Some people don't deserve a family, but cats always know who loves them." And then, my credit score dropped. Someone tried to open a store card in my name. Shipping address: my parents' house. Sloppy, but enough to make me check all my accounts. And there it was. My emergency savings, the ones I'd started the month I found out I was pregnant, had scheduled weekly withdrawals linked to a PayPal account under the name Igreguaj, Bigotes' mom. Over 1,800 euros was already gone. I remembered the day she'd used my laptop to look up recipes on Pinterest. She'd set it up herself. I took screenshots, reported everything, froze the account, then posted a story of my own. A photo of my baby sonogram. Text: "This little one will grow up knowing love doesn't come with conditions, price tags, or matching tiaras." That night, my mother came to my door, crying. She said Natalia hadn't eaten, that the financial stress was affecting her mental health, that the baby shower drama had broken the family. She handed me an envelope. Inside, a printed invoice. Natalia wanted to be reimbursed for the cat party. Venue rental, cake, decorations, €41, 127.65. She deserves it, my mother said. It was a beautiful party. Then she can sell Bigotes' diamond collar, I replied. I handed her back the envelope and walked her to the door. At the threshold, she turned. "You can't shut yourself off from family, Claudia." I looked her dead in the eye. Then I guess I was never really a part of it. The next morning, my father left a voicemail. "You're hurting your mother. This baby is already turning you cold. Be careful who you become." Natalia posted a picture of Bigotes sitting in a baby stroller. Text: "Still the only baby that matters." That was it. They thought I'd crumble. That I'd cry and crawl back. They didn't know what I had. Not just screenshots. Not just the PayPal trail. Audios. Texts. Emails. A hard drive I hadn't touched in years, but I remembered what was on it. They thought I'd stay quiet. They didn't know I was about to turn the volume all the way up. The restaurant was too elegant for what was about to happen. White tablecloths. Soft jazz. Waiters in starched shirts refilling glasses like nothing could possibly explode in there. They thought it was a peacemaking meeting. I let them believe it. My mother picked the place, a French bistro in the heart of Madrid. Said she wanted something neutral. What did she want? Healing. I booked the private room. Said I needed space. What I didn't say was that I wanted walls that would echo when the truth detonated. They were 10 minutes late. My mother in a cream sweater and fake pearls. My father, puffed up like a man who still believed he owned the room. Natalia in full drama mode, giant sunglasses indoors even though it was overcast, and that fake look of innocence, like she was about to cry at any moment. No one hugged me. No one said congratulations. No one asked about the baby. They sat down like we were about to settle a bill. I waited. Let the silence grow uncomfortable. Then my mother started. Claudia, I just want to say, things got out of hand. We never meant for any of this, but you've been cruel. My father nodded. Blocking your own family. That's not like you. Natalia sipped her wine like she was in a movie. This has been devastating, she whispered. I tilted my head. You mean using my card to pay 2,500 euros for Bigote's content without permission? That kind of devastating? Natalia blinked. I already apologized for that. No, you didn't, I said coldly. You got caught. My mother jumped in. We're here to move forward, not rehash mistakes. I pulled out my phone and double-tapped the screen. Placed it on the table. A beep. A speaker activated. And her voice filled the room. Natalia, if Claudia knew how easy it is to get money out of her bank, she'd flip. But she's too busy nesting to even notice. The room froze. It was her voice. Clear. Smug. Cutting. Natalia's face went white. I was just venting, she said. That was taken out of context. Context? I asked. Here's more context. I tapped the phone again. Claudia is going to raise another broken human being and expect applause. Did you know she cried because no one came to her baby shower? Sorry, girl, your event isn't trending. My mother's fork clattered against her plate. My father stared at his own hands. Natalia looked like she was about to throw up. I leaned forward. I wasn't going to play this, but Natalia accused me of lying. Again. She opened her mouth. I held up my hand. Not yet. You don't get to talk. Now I talk. I pulled the hard drive out of my bag. Placed it on the table like a final exhibit. Recognize this? Natalia blinked, confused. It's mine, she said quietly. Where did you get that? You left it at my apartment. Remember, when you stayed a few days after the Venador trip, you said your laptop was full. I turned to my mother and father. Remember when she said that? And I threatened her? What was I so afraid of? They nodded slowly. Watch this. I pulled out a small remote. Pressed play. The wall flickered to life. I'd booked the room with a projector. A folder opened. Family and Claudia Gu. Under fake captures, one by one, they appeared. Forged messages from me to Natalia with clearly edited threats. Clipped audios. Her voice notes manipulated to make me sound aggressive. You could hear the splices. A document titled, How to Make Claudia Seem Irrational If She Turns on Me. Natalia lunged forward. You're violating my privacy. Seriously? I raised an eyebrow. You want to talk about privacy? I clicked again. A new tab opened. PayPal statements. 1,847 euros and 22 cents withdrawn from my account, labeled shared grocery shopping. Natalia, it's not what it looks like. I tapped one more time. An email from Natalia to her friend Patricia. Bigote's birthday is gonna bankrupt Claudia, and she won't even notice until May. Silence. Then my father stood up. Enough. I stood up too. Oh, we are just getting started. I turned to my mother. You tried to justify all of this. You said Natalia was going through a lot. So tell me, what was she going through when she used my card to buy herself a new iPad? Or when she called me irrational for getting pregnant alone? My mother looked down. Said nothing. Natalia stood too. You are crazy. You're ridiculous for destroying us like this. This isn't love. I stared at her. I'm not trying to destroy anyone. I'm trying to stop you from climbing on top of me to stay afloat. And then I nodded toward the door. And he walked in. Ivan, Natalia's ex. The one she painted as dangerous. The one who, according to her, just disappeared after doing something too horrible to tell. He looked calm, cold, held a folder in his hand. Natalia stumbled back. What's he doing here? Ivan didn't look at her. Just handed the folder to my father. Inside, his statement. Bank captures. Messages from Natalia threatening to destroy his career if he left her. A copy of the restraining order she'd never mentioned, the one he'd filed. My father flipped through the pages slowly. My mother peered over his shoulder. Natalia trembled. This is a setup. She yelled. This is harassment. Yvonne finally looked at her. You told your family I hurt you. You told my work I was unstable. You posted my baby pictures and tagged them hashtag the villain she made up. I stayed quiet, but no more. She broke down. Real tears this time? Maybe. Oh, who knows with her. My mother finally spoke. This can't be real. I turned to her. You always said Natalia needed protection. Maybe you were right. But you never asked from whom she needed protecting. And then I looked at my father. You once said I was cold for distancing myself from you. He nodded slowly. Then know this. The next time you say you have 2 daughters, you'll be lying. I picked up the hard drive. Slid it back in my bag. Natalia sobbed. You're destroying us. No, I said. You did that. I just turned on the light. I turned to Yvonne. Thank you for coming. He nodded once and left. I looked at my parents one last time. Say hi to the cat, I said as I headed for the door. You'll have plenty of time to bond with him. And I left. And this time, no one followed. They thought I was done. That the restaurant scene, the projector, the X, the audio bombs, that was the grand finale. It wasn't. That was just Act 1. Because I knew them, they'd hide, regroup, and then launch something new. Lie louder. Play victim. Twist everything. So I got ahead of it. That weekend, I recorded a video. Nothing dramatic. No crying. No yelling. Just me, in my living room, neutral light, calm voice. The framed sonogram photo behind me. A few months ago, my family skipped my baby shower to celebrate my sister's cat's birthday. That was just the beginning. I took viewers through everything. The forged threats, the stolen money, the manipulated audio, the PayPal trail, the ex-boyfriend's folder. All without names. Just facts. No faces. Just captures. No vengeance. Just proof. At the end, I said, this video isn't for pity. It's a warning. Because some people will call it love while they empty you out. And they'll say you've changed when you stop letting them. I hit upload. In 48 hours, it had 320,000 views. A week later, it passed 1 million. The comments poured in. My mother did the same thing to me. Thank you for speaking up. They skipped your baby shower for a cat? This isn't a family, it's a cult. Do yourself a favor and tag yourself #BeGoats. And then the messages came. Journalists, therapists, content creators asking for collaborations. And the DMs. So many DMs. People begging me to tell more. People sending their own horrific stories. I started a channel. Unraised Daughters. The first merch drop. A white sweatshirt, simple black text. First babies matter, even the human ones, sold out in 4 hours. That's when my mother resurfaced. Posted a 4-paragraph Facebook status. It's so sad when a lie destroys a lifetime of love. My daughter is very pregnant and very emotional. Pray for us. I didn't respond. Then Natalia posted a crying filter TikTok. Her, in a dark room, hugging BeGoats. Text, some sisters carry babies. Others carry rage. The comments ripped her apart. The next day, I got a cease and desist letter. Typed in Word. No lawyer's signature. Accused me of emotional defamation and character assassination. I posted that too, with the caption, apparently, telling the truth is now illegal. Who knew? People in the comments went wild. Emotional defamation? What? Get BeGoats a lawyer. If they see you, blink twice and we'll crowdfund. The video hit 1 million views in 36 hours. I got 2 podcast invitations, a deal with a maternity skincare brand, and a handwritten note from a woman in Costa del Sol that said, your story helped me leave after 14 years of being the emergency contact, but never the guest. I left. Thank you. I cried at that one. Meanwhile, I was building my new flat. 2 bedrooms. Sunny. Real wood floors. A public baby registry. Thousands of strangers sent gifts. One note read, your baby deserves a tribe. Since your family didn't show up, we're here. And the best part? Remember that savings account Natalia tried to drain? I turned it into a scholarship fund for single pregnant women starting over. The first scholarship, €1,847.22, the exact amount she stole from me. I called it the Bigotes Fund. Subtitle, because first babies matter. My mother saw it. How do I know? Because she messaged me from a fake account. Subject line, you've gone too far. The message just said, what happened to privacy and forgiveness? I didn't reply. Then Natalia sent one too. She was hurting. So I said those things. Bigotes misses you. I replied, good. He's the only one I might be able to forgive. And blocked her again. 2 days later, a journalist from the local paper contacted me. She'd seen the video. Said they were doing a piece on modern family estrangement. Wanted to include my story. I asked her what the headline would be. She replied, when blood isn't family and the internet is. I said yes. The article came out a week later. And guess what photo they used? The one of Natalia in a tiara, hugging Bigotes. Public photo. Fair use. My mother called it slander. My father threatened to sue. I posted a screenshot of the article, captioned, still waiting for that lawsuit. Meanwhile, pregnancy update tomorrow. Hashtag first babies matter, and I smiled. Because they couldn't stop it anymore. They'd started this story. I just finished it. I gave birth on a Tuesday. Quiet room. Clean air. No drama. My best friend held my hand. The nurse cried before I did. And when they placed him on my chest, my son, perfect, loud, alive. I exhaled everything. I didn't think about Natalia. Or my mother. Or Bigotes in his little crown. I thought about how good it felt to not owe anyone in that room a single thing. His name is Leo. Not for anyone. Not for family tradition or legacy. Just because it sounded strong. Fierce. Mine. I didn't tell anyone in the family. Not even when I came home. Not even when I posted a photo of Leo's tiny fingers wrapped around mine, captioned, he's here. And we're safe. That post hit 200,000 likes in a day. Strangers from 5 continents sent messages. Someone knitted him a blanket with little lions on it. Another sent a children's book titled When the Village Finds You. I didn't cry until the 3rd night. Not because I was overwhelmed, but because there was silence. And I realized, for the first time in my life, I didn't owe anyone an explanation. My mother tried to come back. Sent a voice note. No congratulations. No how are you? Just, I hope you remember that no matter what you say, blood is blood. You'll regret shutting us out. I didn't respond. Just forwarded it to the journalist at the paper. They were working on a follow-up piece, Estranged Grandparents, the other side of the coin. Figured they could use some fresh material. And then the letter came. A physical envelope. No return address. Inside, he deserves a grandma. Taped to the page, a photo of Bigotes wearing a bandana that read, Big Cousin. I laughed out loud, then tucked it into Leo's memory box, under the section, Clown Moments. The next week, my phone rang. Unknown number. Voicemail. It was my father. Look, I don't care what you think, but if that baby ever wants to know his grandfather, I'll be here. And he added, just make sure he knows who helped build this family. I smiled. Opened my banking app. Took a screenshot of every transfer I'd made for them in 5 years. Every bill. Every handout. Every monthly emergency. Posted it to my story. Text. He'll know. Don't worry. He'll know exactly who built what. And then I did one last thing. Changed my number. Didn't just change it. I printed a small card with my new contact. Sent it only to the people who actually mattered. Under the number, it read, this number is no longer in service. Neither am I. In Leo's first month, I hung a small frame in his room. It doesn't say family or love or any of those Pinterest phrases. It says, you were wanted. You were chosen. You were born of fire and you will never be fuel. For him, I did one more thing. I even bought a domain to tell the story. People found it. And they stayed. And what's on it? My video. A message. A form to apply for single mothers scholarships. And a section called Pet Parties Don't Replace People. And right at the end? A photo of Bigotes in his tiara. Text. No cats were harmed in the making of this redemption arc. But a few egos were. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not resentful. I'm clean. They can't name me, drain me, or manipulate me anymore. They're left with nothing. No updates. No invitations. No access. They chose a cat over a child. So I chose peace over performance. And you know what? Leo slept through the night. And so did I.